let's say we wanted to figure out what 3,968 divided by 32 is. And there's many different ways that we can approach this, but we're going to use a technique known as partial quotients. And I know that sounds very fancy, but we're about to see it's actually a pretty fun and even maybe forgiving way of doing division. So what do I mean by that? So let me rewrite this as 3,968 divided by 32. Now what you want to do is think about how many times can 32 go into this number without going over it. And I like to use numbers that are easy to do in my head. So I could think about, well, let's see, 32 times 10 would be 320. That could work. I could even do 32 times 100, and that would get to 3,200, which is still less than this. So let me work that out. So if I did, let me write this. So if I'll do another color here. If I said 32 times 100, this is going to be 3,200. So that doesn't go over it. So let me write that here, and you're about to see what I do here. So I know I can go 32 times, but I could go more than 32 times. But 32 times gets me 3,200 of the way there. So what's left over? So now I just subtract. And if I subtract 3,000, or if I subtract 3,200 from 3,968, I am going to get 8 minus 0 is 8, 6 minus 0 is 6, 9 minus 2 is 7, and then the thousands cancel out. So now it all boils down to how many times can 32 go into 768? Well, let's think about this for a second. If I said, well, let's say 10 times. So 32 times 10 is equal to 320. That doesn't go above 768. So let's subtract 320 from here. And now what do I have left? 8 minus 0 is 8. 6 minus 2 is 4. 7 minus 3 is 4. Well, this is interesting because 320 still goes into this. So let me try this. Let me now think about 32 times 10 again, which is going to be 320. So I'm going to go 10 more times. So that's going to be another 320. Let me subtract. 8 minus 0 is 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. Now here you might be able to say, well, you know, this looks like 30 times 4 is 120. So maybe 32 times 4 works out. Let's try that out. So if I were to say 32 times 4, this is going to be what? It's going to be 30 times 4 plus 2 times 4, which would be 128. So this one works out. 100, this is going to be equal to 128. I subtract, and I have nothing left over. So what does this equal? What does 3,968 divided by 32 equal? Well, you can see I was able to get 132s in there, then another 10, then another 10, and then another 4. So if I add up 100 plus 10 plus 10 plus 4, what do I get? Let's see, 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 4 is 24, plus 100 is 124. This is equal to 124. Now this isn't the only way that I could have done this. I could have said, let me do this over here. Actually, let me just delete this and show you another way I could have done this. Let me delete all of this business here. And I'll leave that 124 there since we already know that's the answer. But I want to show you there's another way I could have gone there. Actually, let me just delete that too, just so you can see that. So I could have started saying, well, let me see 32. Maybe it goes into 3,968. Actually, I could have started with 10. I could have said 10 times 32 is equal to 320. So I put a 320 there. I'm not chipping away a lot this time. But then when I subtract, 8 minus 0 is 8. 6 minus 2 is 4. 9 minus 3 is 6. And then bring down that 3,000s. This is how much I have left. And now I could say, well, let me try to go a little bit more. Maybe I could go 50 times. And I'm just making up things here. So if I said 50 times 32, what is that going to be equal to? Well, let me see. 32 times 50. Let's see. 32 times 5 is 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16. So 32 times 5 is 160. 32 times 50 is 1,600. So that's equal to 1,600. And so if I were to put this 1600 here, I subtract again. 8 minus 0 is 8. 4 minus 0 is 4. I get a 0. I get 2048. And I could keep going. Now let's see, 32 goes into 2048. Well, I could go another 50 times. 50 times 32 is equal to 1600. And so let me write that here. 1600. I subtract. And let's see, this becomes what? 8 minus 0 is 8. 4 minus 0 is 4. 20 minus 16 is 4. So 448. And let's say I want to, well, let me just go another 10 times. So 32 times 10 is equal to 320. 320, I subtract, I get the 128. And then we've seen that if I do 32 times 4, that is equal to 128. So 128, and I could subtract now and get to a remaining, I know I'm going off the screen here, but let me do it. I can do it like this. Let me move this up a little bit. If I subtract now, I get 0. And if I were to add 10 plus 50 plus 50 plus 32, sorry, 10 plus 50, the thing multiplying by 32, plus 50 plus 10 plus 4, that gets me, this is 124. Once again, 124. So there's multiple ways that you could do partial quotients division or long division, depending on how you want to think about it. And it's really nice because as long as you chip away a little bit without going over, you're able to keep going and keep getting at what the final quotient is going to be.